Okay, a trade went down tonight during the NBA games I was watching. Now, before I begin, I first like to state this. If you don't like long videos, you may want to bypass this video. Secondly, the comment section is your guys' domain. Comment if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right about analyzing this trade. But nevertheless, I'm the best. Let's get into it. Let's address this and tackle this. The Los Angeles Lakers finally made a trade. Thank God they made a trade. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the supplements of this trade. The Lakers are going to get D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jordan Vanderbilt. Never heard of him before. I've heard of the Vanderbilt University, but I have never heard of this cat before. But that's neither here nor there. The Timberwolves are going to get Mike Conley and a pick. And the Utah Jazz is going to get Russell Westbrook, Russ We Trust, and a Los Angeles Lakers pick. I think it's their 27th pick. But it's the picks that they've been holding on to dear life. Well, one of them was forgone for this trade. Now, let's talk about and break down and analyze this and who won, who lost, and what's going to transpire when this trade is complete and what they're going to be doing after the fact. All right, so the Los Angeles Lakers, let's talk about their side of things. They're getting D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jordan Vanderbilt. So I've heard a lot of NBA analysts just a few minutes ago talk about, well, now finally, the Los Angeles Lakers are getting some real NBA players. Okay, I don't know what that meant, but it is what it is. D'Angelo Russell will be a fine piece to the Los Angeles Lakers, which, by the way, they have similar players already on their roster that fits the same mold as D'Angelo Russell. They're going to add another scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers. Also, the Los Angeles Lakers, if you talk about, I think D'Angelo Russell is in his final year. So the Los Angeles Lakers, when they go into free agency, they're going to have plenty of cap space. And let's just say, hypothetically, they're unsuccessful as far as getting a major free agent in the offseason. No problem, no biggie. They'll just simply re-sign D'Angelo Russell, which, by the way, D'Angelo Russell was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. Food for thought. Malik Beasley will be a contributor off the bench and probably start in certain games. That will help the Los Angeles Lakers. And Jordan Vanderbilt is just going to, he's just going to be, he's going to contribute to the team as well. Now, does this mean that the Los Angeles Lakers, it catapults them into contenders in the West? No, they're still going to struggle with the more talented teams, such as the Golden State Warriors, which they're floundering right now. And they're still going to struggle with teams like that are, that have talent. Dallas Mavericks just made a trade yesterday of getting Kyrie Irving. That enhances, the Los Angeles Lakers were going to struggle with the Dallas Mavericks anywho with Luka and the boys. Now they're going to have Luka as well as Kyrie and the boys. And the Los Angeles Lakers, even with the completion of this trade, they're still going to have a hard time. It's going to be a tough out for the Lakers in a series against the Dallas Mavericks or the Golden State Warriors. Okay, now let's talk about the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are going to get Mike Conley and a pick. Now, the Timberwolves, everyone had high hopes of the Timberwolves. They felt like this was going to be the Timberwolves' year. The Timberwolves have been floundering on and off during this early season. I think having Mike Conley on their roster is going to benefit them. Having a traditional point guard, not a point guard that's going to shoot first and ask questions later, so to say. So that's going to help their big men. The big men are going, like Cat, are going to get a lot of touches if they play half-court basketball. All right, so it's going to move the ball around. It's going to move the ball around more having Mike Conley versus having D'Angelo Russell. He would shoot first, he would shoot second, he would shoot third, and possibly set his team up. Okay, he's a scorer. He's not a traditional point guard like a Mike Conley, who desperately doesn't really necessarily need to shoot the ball. So that's going to help the Timberwolves. Now, help the Timberwolves' chances as far as going and advancing deep in the playoffs. That's another story. I feel like they're in the same boat like the Los Angeles Lakers, which, by the way, the Los Angeles Lakers are like 4 games under 500. This trade will complement what they already have, but at the end of the day, their chances are set in stone unless they do a major trade. Like getting a Kevin Durant, sort of like trade, or getting a Kawhi Leonard sort of type trade. Their chances when you talk about the Lakers and the Timberwolves are just the same if this trade wasn't even orchestrated. Okay, they're still a 500 team, and they're not going to advance any further in the playoffs. And I feel the same way. I feel strongly the same way about the Minnesota Timberwolves. But this will help them as far as developing a half-court type thing, setting up those big men, things of that nature. Who knows? Possibly they'll make a deep run, but I still think they're going to have a problem. They're going to have the same problems like the Lakers when they ultimately have to play. If they ultimately have to play teams such as the Dallas Mavericks, the Golden State Warriors, I feel like the Phoenix Suns are still in the mix, and there's a possibility that they can orchestrate a trade. And if they can orchestrate a trade and get Kevin Durant, then it's game over, man. Game over, man. Game over. Okay, for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers. So let's go to the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz get Russell Westbrook, in Russ We Trust, as well as sort of a unprotected pick that they got from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, this pick is sort of protected. I believe it's 1 through 5. I could be 100% wrong about that. When I was listening to Woj, it's protected, in the early stages of the NBA draft, but it's unprotected after that. That increases. Danny Ainge is just stacking picks. Okay, he's got like 150 picks. All right, I'm just being funny about that, but he has a lot of first round picks. He's going to retune and reform the Utah Jazz and just build through the draft, and he's going to have plenty bullets in the chamber to get it right, similar to what the Oklahoma City Thunder, Sam Presti, has done over there. I mean, he has selected some great pieces and great talent for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You guys may not see it now. You guys may not see it 2 years from now. But eventually, those picks are going to pay off for Sam Presti, and that's what Danny Ainge is doing for the Utah Jazz. Now, let's talk about Russell Westbrook. I don't think they're going to utilize Russell Westbrook. I just think Danny Ainge is going to tell him to just stay at home, and they're going to probably buy him out, which they probably will. They're going to try to orchestrate where they're going to tell Russ, like, yo, Russ, if you want to go to a contender, you're just going to have to be simply bought out. Now, if you've been following my channel, and I told you guys this during live streams and videos, that's what the Los Angeles Lakers were trying to do last year, but Russ unfortunately didn't want to take it because he wanted all of his money. I feel like these are certain times. I think Russell Westbrook knows that he's not going to get on the floor for the Utah Jazz, and maybe it's time to just go ahead and accept that buyout now. I mean, he done collect like 90% of his salary. Okay, so if he wants to go to a contender quick, fast, in a hurry, he's probably going to accept the buyout. maybe it'll work in his favor, 80 cents on a dollar, or maybe not. But he's already collected the majority of his contract with the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, the Washington Wizards, and now the Los Angeles Lakers. So I think it's all good in the hood. He'll accept a buyout. He'll go to a contender, and just play his part, and this, that, and the third. And overall, I'm going to give y'all some final analysis of this. Real fast, real quick. Who won, who lost? I feel like this is one of those type of trades where, if you're looking at the Utah Jazz, clearly they won with a pick. If you look at the Timberwolves, they won because they finally got a point guard that's going to pass, then shoot later. And if you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, now they have some talent. Now, how talented is the talent? That's for another discussion. But this trade is not going to move mountains for the Lakers and the Timberwolves. They are 500 teams. They're not going to advance any further in the playoffs. They're not going to represent in the Western Conference Finals unless everyone out west have a catastrophic injury. Excuse me. If you look at the Jazz from their point of view, they're just stockpiling picks, okay? Which is not translating very well now, but maybe down the road they will. So, so that's, I don't feel like this is one of those win-lose type of who won, who lost type of trades, but it is what it is. It just had to be done for the Lakers, Timberwolves, and the Jazz. Now, guys, if you enjoy this content, subscribe, rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and followers. Get this channel as well as this video in the YouTube algorithm. I will see you guys later. Deuces.